Greetings, and welcome back to another episode of 1320 Time Stream. Here we have our wavespell section for today's episode, which is focused on the white self-existing world bridger. Let's jump into it. So today we have that kind of like forming opportunity, measuring death, giving definition to the bridging of worlds, giving definition to how we're transforming. And it's also, the final day in the first kind of corridor here, which is about, bringing identification to things. We're identifying our purpose, identifying our challenge, identifying our service, and identifying what form it will take. Now, what is being identified? Well, it's the energy of the night. It's the dream. It's the abundance. So it's like, what form is all of that taking? And so the world bridger here is helping us with a number of things, and we'll talk about that in 1 second right after our mini breath here. And so it's going to be our right wrist, and on our right foot, the toe next to the big toe. So that's right next to big toe, right wrist, and breathe in through those two. And then you're ready. There we go. A short little breath here. Let's get into it. So we're defining really today what is falling away, how those worlds are being bridged. If we're going to bridge a world, then something has to change, and that really represents the death process. And the world bridger is the death bringer in many ways, not solely and not specifically, but we're never really truly void of that energy when that energy is present with us. And so we're defining what it is that we're letting go. And so that's bringing the opportunity to bring definition and form and measure to how that abundance is coming up, because we're in that abundance wave spell. And that dream is coming up because we're in that dream wave spell. So those plans and those things like that are fruiting, they're fruitioning. Tomorrow we're going to be taking command. And what an appropriate energy to take command with is the hand. It's almost like grasping the steering wheel. You're going to be in some way taking control tomorrow. And so continuing here, measuring opportunity. Like as we allow things to let go, the opportunities come up for us. And we're measuring how to kind of jump onto those, because death makes gaps. Where death occurs, regardless of the form it takes, death leaves a hole or a space for something, and that space represents opportunity. And so within there is defined what we can kind of, put in there. Oh wow, new life just sprung from that, absence of something being there. And the death energy kind of strikes. And so it's a real interesting, it's a refiner energy. The world bridger helping us really refine the energies of our days and our lives here. And so, definition, measure, form, death, equalize, and opportunity, equalize. There it is. Measuring equalization. That's true. And so this is also that aspect that's allowing all the different formats of the things coming into your life to be equalized, which is to say that there may be different nuances of something that represents the dream, something that represents the abundance, something that's a project, something that's a personal cultivation, and they all kind of get equalized, as well as the field being equalized, because that's what the death energy brings. It brings an equalization. And so then it also measures that energy. Helps bring simply through those processes that we just spoke of, a definition on what can and will occur as the kind of focus of that new life. Okay, that feels okay. Let's move on to our affirmation section.